So as with every week, what I do is I take my newsletter that I did on the Friday previous week and just kind of talk through it, because like I said in the past, sometimes when you read something, after a while something simmers and you think of more stuff. Same happens when you write it. So the first part of the newsletter was about the pleasure of anticipation. Now, it touches on dopamine and how it makes you live into the future. So the exercise in there, or the example is, wherever you are, look down. Like, just look down. What do you see? I see my desk, my keys, the camera, my sunglasses. On the floor, I've got my shoes, I've got my bag. These are things that form a part of your peripersonal space. These are things you can interact with right now. You can use all 5 of your senses, should you choose to engage with it. Everything outside of that, everything outside of arm's reach, further on the other side of the desk, up in the roof, coffee on the far side, those are things in your extra personal space. Now what that is, those are things that require you to plan to get them. It might take me to get to the coffee station, it might take me 20 seconds, but still, time means I have to plan ahead into the future. Now, how we look at these things is your brain releases different chemicals based on how you interact with your environment. We act very differently for things that we have versus things that we want. So in this article, The Pleasure of Anticipation, I touch on all of this. And it's just an indication of how dopamine makes us want things. It's not necessarily the pleasure of the moment. That's not what dopamine does. It's the pleasure of anticipation of the moment. So the one example that I've read as well is, imagine you're walking down the street and you walk past this bakery, brand new place, and you walk in and there's the smell of fresh croissants and chocolate chip cookies and things. You buy yourself a chocolate croissant and a coffee, and it's the best you've ever had. The next morning you walk on that same road and you start getting excited because you know it's coming up, right? Because it's still new and it's fresh and exciting. Dopamine fires and you start getting that high that I need to have it right now. You do it again and again and again. In a few weeks from then, it's not going to be as much of a rush because you get used to it. And you don't have as much of the anticipation of this new, this fresh, exciting thing isn't there. Think about social media. When you pick up your phone and you start scrolling, every time you swipe down, you have this pleasure of anticipation of what's next. What am I going to see this time? It's addictive. So on the scale, and I say it in here, is the desire, the need to search out new and exciting things. Dopamine does this for us. Is the source of creativity, and further down the spectrum, the key to addiction. So I'm going to dig more into this in future newsletters, but go check this one out, and I'll link it up in the description. And then as each week, second week now that I've done this, I'm giving you a weekly coaching exercise, something that you can deploy in your own life, physical, mental, work-wise, whatever. And this week, the idea is to interrupt your stress with a technique called sober. Sober, which means stop what you're doing, observe what's happening around you, breathe, right? Expand the awareness to your whole body and then react. Often in stressful situations, we just react immediately. Bah! It's an emotional thing. But by deploying the sober approach, it's nothing to do with alcohol or drugs. It's literally just SOBER. Stop, observe, breathe, expand your view, and then react. I've got details in the newsletter here for you on how that works and how it can help you in various situations. And then obviously, like each week, there's food for thought, a little graphic with some information, hopefully makes you think about life, some new content, and the quote for the week. So if you have any questions, hit me up. All the details are in the description. You can also find this newsletter in the description, and as well as sign up. So I will see you next week with another video once I'm done with edition 49. For now though, have a great day. Don't forget to be awesome. Bye for now.